Hey everybody, my name is Barbara Bass and I'm back with another lesson. Okay, it's crazy out here right now. It is so many distractions. I'm over here just like, wow, wow. It's always a demon somewhere with these distractions trying to lurk. And all right, anyway, we finna pray. We finna pray, Lord, keep all distractions away while so I can get done with this video. God, we thank you for bringing clarity in times of confusion. What the enemy meant for harm, you change to good. Everybody makes mistakes. Thank you for allowing us to see things from other people's point of view. We love you and we are grateful. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen. So part of the reason why God allows us to see things from other people's point of view is because he wants to give you understanding. Okay? So the Bible scripture today is coming from Proverbs 12:18. It says, there is one whose rash words are like sword thrusts, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. There is one whose rash words are like sword thrusts, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. So, I know some stuff that I say can be harsh. Not rash per se, but harsh. And it's offensive because nobody really defends God. Like people in my family, they always call me the lawyer. And I do defend God. Like I am a defender. All right. God defends me. So that's why I defend God. But people offend God every day. So my little channel, if I offend you, don't worry about it. Because people offend God every day. All right. And I'm just here to defend God. Because y'all, us, people, we do things sometimes we don't even know that's offensive to God. So anyway, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but it's so many distractions right now going on. Like, I'm trying to stay focused on this and not what's all going on around me in front of me right now. You might see police lights. I mean, it's really literally a lot going on. Everything and everybody and they mama was trying not to get me to do this word today, including these rusty dreadlock looking hairs right here. Okay. And I'm like, you know what? I don't care if I come on camera looking like a boombastic at this point. I have to get this word out. The amount of sirens and stuff I'm hearing right now is like this. I got to get this out. Okay. So anyway, when you break down what this word says or this scripture is talking about, it says the normal speech pattern of some people is constantly to accuse, battle, manipulate, mock, insult, or condemn. Their rash words hurt other people and feel like sword thrusts. This is the opposite of the way of wisdom taught in Proverbs. The tongue of the wise brings healing. So when you speak, it's supposed to bring healing, not more confusion. When you're wise, when you speak, it's supposed to bring more clarity, not confusion. Okay, we know confusion comes from the devil, and whenever you in like a situation with somebody where it's just instant confusion and it's just like off the bat real harsh, like thrust, like a sword going into you, they words is harsh, it's crazy, you can already know that that's a form of spiritual warfare, like the devil's somewhere lurking nearby or trying to possess somebody or whatever. But yeah, harsh words, they cut like swords. They leave a scar too. So that's why you got to be careful what you say to people, because sometimes, like, when people argue, they might be like, yo, you always bringing up the past, but it's like whatever that person said must have really cut deep, and it's hard to let it go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you it's hard to forget what they said. Like, yeah, you can forgive them, but if it really got under your skin, then it might be hard to forget it. And so that's one thing about words. They can cut you and leave a wound. And even though the wound or the scar is closed up and healed, it still brings harm. It still is a scar. It's a stain, and it's there. And we talked about yesterday how God is the only one who can remove stains in order to allow you to forgive. Okay. But yeah, these words that some people use, it cuts like swords and it leaves a scar. And you know, God is reminding me like some of the words. I think I gave the same word twice about scar tissue, keloids, like scars, like something about the skin. But now that I'm thinking about it, I think God is saying even scars from like, not a physical scar, but like a scar on your heart will also be like fixed. And I saw a word that I was going to do about iniquities that the devil sowed in people's bodies in like a form of not being able to heal or things going on with their body. Those things are being healed as well. These things leave scars, okay? There's even studies that show that certain like levels of stress, not even like physically being hit, leaves scars, okay? So it's like you got to be very careful with vicious words because they harm and they cut people. And it's not, even though stuff can be healed, through wise words, even though stuff can be healed, it still may take a while for a scar or a scar tissue to heal. So like God was showing me with those words about the scar tissue, like literal scar tissue healing. There's some people who have like scars on their heart that's not like a literal scar from being like physically harmed, but it's more like from being mentally, emotionally like scarred, spiritually scarred. Okay. But God is healing those wounds and those marks and those scars as well. Okay. But yeah, check out that word if that applies to you, like some kind of scar tissue, keloid tissue, or something being healed. But yeah, words of the wise, they bring healing. So when you choose healing words, wise words, it avoids cutting a person. It avoids harming a person or leaving a stain or a scar or a cut. And it brings healing to a scar, a wound, or a cut. That's what words of wisdom does. So let's look at James chapter 1 verse 19. The other Bible verse was Proverbs chapter 12 verse 18. But this one is going to be James chapter 1 verse 19. And it says right here, hearing and doing the word. That's the title of this paragraph. Know this, my beloved brothers, let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger. And I'm going to keep on reading. Verse 20, it says, for the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God. Therefore, okay, I ain't going that far. So it says right here, know this, my beloved brothers, let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger. For the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God. You're supposed to be receiving the meekness from the word, from the Bible. But anyway, this Bible scripture, hearing and doing the word, basically James is echoing Proverbs on the misuse of speech and the anger that can result from the misuse of speech. So a person's words, those scars and stuff that I told you that people be doing, those sword thrusts that people be doing when they talk to people, the misuse of speech and the misuse of speech in your anger, like when you're angry, that is it says the misuse of speech and the anger that can result from it. Okay, Christians should be slow to anger. Now, not all anger is sinful. There's a such thing as righteous sin, or not righteous sin. Whoa, no, righteous anger. There's a such thing as righteous anger, and in all anger isn't sinful. That's what the Bible was pointing out. But right now we're talking about being angry based on someone's words, okay? And the results that come from someone's words when you're angry. It does not produce righteousness. So it does not produce the righteousness of God. Righteousness here means conducting one's life by the will of God according to his standards. So basically saying that anger cannot change another person's heart. So when you're angry, it's not going to change your heart. When you in the mode of, or you in the mood of being angry, or you experiencing anger at that time, it doesn't change the heart into a better place. It doesn't make you change your heart into a righteousness. You don't come into righteousness when you're in the middle of, or the midst of anger. So that's why it does not produce the righteousness of God, because it's not a fruit of God. The fruit of God is not anger, it's righteousness. And if you angry, then you're not righteous, because if you're angry, that means that you have a lack of trust in God, and you have a lack of trust, a lack of love for other people too. When you're angry, you know what I mean? The point of me saying all this, I'm about to wrap it up. I'm about to get to it. Like, I ain't finna wrap it up because it's probably ain't gonna be done no time soon. But I am finna get to the main point. Be slow to speak, because words cannot be retracted or received. Because sometimes people can't receive if they only listening so that they can come back with something. You know, they just want to win the argument or be validated. So be careful with words that you speak, because they can't be retracted. They can't be taken back. Once they cut or stab or thrust, then it can't be taken back. And so it's hard for others to receive when you're talking to them with anger, because all they're ready to do is respond so that they can get validation or win the argument. And yeah, you can't take these words back. Once you say it, you can't take it back. So it's already out there. Just like once you thrust somebody with a sword, they're comparing this verse, it was comparing it to a sword thrust. Remember, the Bible teaches us to use the Bible as our sword against the enemy. So sometimes we might be righteously defending ourselves, like in the midst of anger, but it's righteously defending ourselves, right? And you may say something and use the sword, because God teaches us to use our sword is the Bible. It's the scripture. Like Christians, what we supposed to fight the enemy and people that be allowing the devil to use them as a vessel to come against us. We supposed to use the Bible as our sword. So sometimes my words are harsh because I'm using Bible scriptures to back it up, because the Bible scriptures is my sword. That's what defends me. So that's why I'm saying there is a time when righteous anger is there and it's okay in God's eyes. But other times, what we talking about today is when people are using mean words, and it's not using the Bible as a sword, as a weapon to defend themselves. It's more like they want to win an argument. That's the motive behind it. They want to cause confusion. They want to win an argument, or they want to be validated, and it's for the wrong reasons. Okay? So, whew, that's a whole lesson in itself. Now, the point of this is coming from a song that I used to listen to. It's new age, you know. Not new age, but it's like, you know, secular music. It's not something that I would, you know, listen to today. But, you know, I don't put God in a box. God communicates how he wants to communicate. And sometimes, like I said yesterday, it's through music with me. It's through music. It's through songs and stuff. And so, what's going on is that a lot of us be experiencing the same things around the same time. So for somebody who may be experiencing this, somebody messed up real bad. They accused you of something, like you being involved with another man, like this could be your partner or whatever, and they have accused you of being with another man because they have stumbled upon something or found something or whatever. Or maybe you gave them something that you thought was theirs, and come to find out it wasn't theirs, right? Maybe it was like a family member, or it was somebody obviously that like you're not attracted to. Like either they're blood related, or this person's like super duper old, or it's something about this person whose stuff that they found that they assume that you cheated on them with. It's something about this person where it's like there's no way that you could be involved with this person. All right. So, the lyric that I kept on hearing before this situation happened was, oh, that's your brother, not your, I don't even like to say this word, especially since it's Black History Month. But the lyric is, oh, that's your brother, not your, I don't feel like it's appropriate to say the word. I'll just spell it Nigga. So what we're going to say is your man. Oh, that's your brother, not your man. I'm sorry. Okay. But the actual lyric is, oh, that's your brother, not your Nigga. I'm sorry. As in, like, oh, I made a mistake. Okay. So this person is feeling stupid. All right. Because they have mistaken something. Like, let me give you an example. Let's say you read in the Bible, you shouldn't be wearing men garments. And you used to wear your man socks, wife beaters, whatever, that you would go over there and, you know, be around him in, and then go home and take those clothes home that was his and then wash them. And then you read in the Bible something about you're not supposed to be wearing men garments. So you gather all of his socks, his little wife beaters, and his boxers, anything that you've ever worn over there, his hoodies, whatever, and you put it in a plastic bag, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to bring this back to my person, your mate, your partner, your spouse, whatever. And you're like, yeah, obviously if it's your spouse, y'all probably live together. But for somebody, this is someone who is courting you, y'all are dating or something like that, right? But you, let's just say, you give them this bag of clothes, and then you're like, here, you pour the bag of clothes out when you get to their house, and you're like, here's all your stuff back. I don't want this stuff mixed in with my clothes. I'm not supposed to be wearing men garments because the Bible says da 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 da. So you in the midst, you trying to just do the right thing. And plus, they stuff could be taking up room where your clothes could be, but because they clothes in that space, you're like, let me just give my man back all his clothes. Pour the bag of clothes on the bed, and then they pick up the socks, a pair of socks, and they're like, hold on, these aren't my socks. Whose socks are these? And you like, they ain't mine. And you almost think that this person is like playing you, or like taking you for a fool. Like, you almost think that they're joking, because you're like, you ain't never cheated. You never been around another man. So there's no way that another man's socks could even get in your stuff. You don't live with a man. You've never been around another man the whole time you've been with this man. So how in the world could these not be your man's socks? Whose socks are they? And how did they get to my house and my stuff? So he says something like, oh, that's your other Nigga. That ain't me. You know how women, when we get mad and, you know, a man is saying something to us, we'll be like, that's your other girlfriend, or that's your side chick, or that's your other bitch. That ain't me. That's what women or men say. It's like a tactic to make a person feel stupid for trying to say that they have a characteristic that you don't want to claim. Okay, like if they be like, remember that time when we went to go see the movie such and such, and you acted a fool, and you like, you don't recall, and you be like, that wasn't me, that was your other girl, or whatever. But it's like a joke, you know what I mean? So it's like this person, they were serious when they said this. They were like, you know, them ain't my socks. That's your side piece. That's his socks. They said something to that extent. And then it made you feel like, oh no, like now this person thinks that I'm cheating. And for some of you, you probably feel like that because you probably feel like your person is the type of person where they kind of like immature or childish to a certain extent. Like, the moment they think that you might be cheating, they go out and run and do something stupid, and then they get caught up, and then now you don't want them no more because they done went and cheated based off of something that they thought that you did when you didn't even do anything. So you knowing this about your person, you instantly want to prove to them like, hey, I didn't do anything. You know, I'm not cheating. These are not, you know. So let's say you call your sister or your mama or another woman that may be in the house with you, your daughter, whatever, and you're like, you FaceTime them because You trying to figure out whose socks are they? If they really, like, you're talking to the person, like, you're talking to your man, like, are you playing with me right now? Like, these are your socks. Like, are you joking? Are you kidding me right now? And this person is like, no, I'm not joking and I'm not kidding. Those are not my socks. So you are feeling kind of salty and stupid because you're like, well, you're in a state of confusion because you cannot fathom or figure out how did another man's socks get in your belongings if it's not your man's socks. So then you start thinking about the other women that live, or the other people who live in your house, right? And then you're like, well, let me FaceTime this person or whatever, right? Because you kind of want to respond right away because you don't want to, like, walk off somewhere and they think that when you were gone, like, let's say you go to use the bathroom and you take your phone and you're gone for like 5 minutes, you come back and they're like, yeah, what were you doing in those 5 minutes? Were you texting someone to lie and say that the socks was theirs? Like, you don't want to walk off. You want to try to prove right then and there while your phone is nowhere near you, and then you just pick your phone up randomly and call a person instantly to prove to this man, I have no clue whose socks these are, and I'm going to get to the bottom of this right now. I'm not going to leave any time in between for you to think that I done ran off and try to cohere someone to lie for me about these socks. We're going to call right here, right now, on the spot. So then you start calling people, and let's say you call your mom, and you're like FaceTiming her and showing her the socks, and you're like, hey, whose socks are these? Are these yours? Or you, let's just say you say, hey, I got, let's say these are a black pair of socks and they have like a compass on them, right? Like the compass symbol, north, south, east, west, right? And let's say these are like some very distinctive socks that only policemen wear or something like that, right? And so you call your mom, you FaceTime her and like, and you're like, hey, have you ever seen these socks? And then immediately she's like, yeah, those are my socks. And you're like, oh, well, they look like man socks. And then your mom is like, well, last week when I went to go visit your brother, my feet was swollen and he gave me those compression socks, and those are the compression socks that police wear or whatever. And it's very distinctive that these are the only these brand of socks are specifically made for police. So now you have the proof of the type of sock that only police wear. You know your brother's the police. You have all these things that prove that these socks were really your brother's. You didn't leave no in-between time to prove anything. You proved it right on the spot. You didn't leave any space for them to think that you went somewhere in a corner and called someone to lie. It's like immediately when they thought you were lying, immediately you proved them wrong. Then the sock is a specific type of police sock. They know that your brother is a police. Then it's just facts on top of facts and like real truth in reality to show this person, like, why did you make me feel like this, like I'm a cheater, or like I'm guilty, or why did you gaslight me, or why did you manipulate me, or why did you say that to me, like I have the nerve to actually cheat on you, like I actually have another person somewhere, like is that where your mind is going to? Like, you're looking at this person like, why don't you trust me? Like, why instantly do you think that I'm cheating, or this is another man's socks, like I've been around another man or something? Like, why instantly do you think that this is a side man? Like, all this confusion that you're feeling. And then let's say that this happens like on Valentine's Day, or like a special day like Christmas or your birthday, or you know, some special holiday, and this was meant to like ruin the day. This situation was just meant to ruin that good experience. And it's like, dang, this is a special day. I wanted it to be a good day, and then this type of thing happens, right? So on top of it being, it's not a regular day when it happens, they accuse you of having a side dude. You confused because you just want to have a good day. It's Christmas or Valentine's or Mother's Day, your birthday, whatever. You just trying to have a good time. Here they come, and they are sorry. This person is so sorry that they did this to you because they know they messed up. Yo, this song kept on playing before a situation like this happened to me, yo. It's this Lil Yachty song. I used to listen to it back in the day when I used to listen to Lil Yachty, right? The rapper. And in this one line just kept on playing in my head, and it's funny that this situation happened like a couple weeks after I was hearing this song. But the song, the lyric that I kept on hearing, that one part, it was and it's like, it's not even that I kept on hearing this one part. It's like this one song just kept on popping up in my head, like for a whole week, like for like 3 weeks before it actually played out. It was like God had already tried to start warning me through the cipher, like started like putting this song on my brain to like warn me about something that was finna happen. And it's like God always sends little signs and symbols, but it be going over our head. Like you'll miss it if you don't know how to put two and two together, like an investigator or something. Like if you don't know how to put these clues and hints together that God be giving you, you'll be like surprised when this type of stuff happens. Because in the midst of this happening, it was so much confusion. But after it, I was laughing because I'm like, God, you was trying to show me and tell me that this was going to happen. Because I kept on hearing this line, oh, that's your brother, not your, I'm sorry. So Lil Yachty is saying, oh, that was your brother, not your man, or not your side piece, or not somebody you messing with. That's your actual blood brother. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Right? So now the truth done came out. You done proved that it's your brother's socks. Now they sitting over there feeling stupid because y'all done got into an argument. Y'all probably was yelling. Y'all probably, they in each other's face, like screaming at the top of y'all lungs because you like, them ain't my socks. Like, let's say you try to explain like, yo, I don't know how these socks got in my stuff. Maybe these are my daughter's, or maybe like you trying to figure out how it could have gotten the house. Like maybe you weren't even suspecting that it was your mom's who brought your brother's socks. Like you couldn't figure out, you couldn't even fathom how the socks got in there. So you trying to come up with scenarios, and as you trying to tell them the scenario, like I don't know, maybe, and they're like, oh, like they mocking you, like you stutter a little bit, now they mocking you like, oh, what, like you this is so funny to me because this is so real, man. I'm trying to tell you, this is so real. Like you sitting there trying to explain, you mess up and stutter a little bit. Now they done mocked you and started stuttering. Like now you really feeling stupid because you like, dang, I'm over here trying to tell the truth, trying to come up. I'm trying to like figure this out too, and now I done stuttered a little bit. Oh man, why you let them catch you slip up and stutter like that? Because now they done mocked you. Talking about like you messed up your words, like they mocking you, making fun of you, and now you sitting there looking stupid like, oh man, I shouldn't even try to explain it all because I one little stumble over my word. Now you really think I'm lying because I'm stuttering. Remember that stutter song from back in the day? I think the dude name was Ruben Stutter or something like that. He had that song called wait, no, that's a different song. It was a song where he's like, stutter, 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 I could tell you lying because when you was crying, stutter, 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 stutter. So it's like the word stutter is already associated with a person lying. Like when you lie, when a person be lying or when a kid be lying, they be stuttering. Yeah, so everybody stutter when they be lying sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now this person looking at you like you done stumbled over a word, they done mocked you. Now you feeling real bad. Like dang, now I'm trying to help you figure it out. Now you looking at me, coming at me like I'm a liar too. Now you embarrassed. It just all bad, man. It just all bad. So you look even worse when you tried to explain but ended up stuttering over yourself. You looked even worse. You know what I'm saying? This person accusing you, they belittling you, they manipulating you, they mocking you, insulting you, condemning you. This is that sword, like a thrust of a sword. When they treated you like this, it hurt you because you was like, dang, why is this your go-to? Why do you think that I have a side piece? Like you can't think of any other scenario. Like maybe this is, but let's say maybe you was at his house one day and you found a shirt over there, and immediately they called their sister, and their sister was able to prove to you that that it was the sister's shirt, right? So, but let's say you flipped out on him before he could prove it. So now he done found the socks and he done flipped out on you, and you like, yo, what's wrong with you? And then they remind you of the time when you flipped out over the shirt. So now you sitting there like, dang, I can't even really be mad. That's why I was saying in the prayer thank you for allowing us to see stuff from other people's point of view, because it may have been a time in a relationship where you messed up and now they like, hey man, remember you did the same thing when you found my sister's shirt over here, you flipped out on me too. So now they got validation for how they done flipped out on you. So now you looking like, dang, I gotta try to keep my cool, you know what I'm saying? But really, this lesson is for both. I said boof. This lesson is for both of y'all to learn though. Like, both of y'all gotta be slow to anger. Both of y'all gotta be slow to listen. You know what I'm saying? Because overreacting, getting in each other's face, yelling, finna break up over something that the devil done just put in y'all path to make y'all not have a good day or experience a good nice holiday together. Like, and then even behind the devil doing that, you never know if that's some type of witchcraft somebody got coming up against you in your relationship. Like, you just never know. So you gotta be slow to not let these things, these tests, don't fail these tests. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, yesterday I was at the store. This word is kind of old. I was been supposed to put this word out, but yesterday I was in the grocery store and it was another song. It wasn't even this Lil Yachty song. It was another song playing, and the man in the song kept saying, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." It was like some country song, and I was like, dang, somebody is really sorry. And then it reminded me, like, hey, you're supposed to put out that word about, "I'm sorry, I didn't know, baby, I didn't know." That's a song. It's by Lil Yachty. I didn't know, baby, I didn't know. Alright, let me see. I think I got the lyrics right here. I'm done with the Bible, so let me put this to the side real quick. And then I'm going to look at these lyrics with y'all. Hold on. Alright, so he says, "I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. 'Cause I didn't know, baby, I didn't know. I didn't know, baby, I didn't know. Alright, I admit it. I messed up this time, yeah, I did it. Always arguing 'cause you a critic. But this time, yeah, I said the wrong line. Wish I could rewind. Wanna take you out, fine dime. Wanna make you my dime. Yeah. Yeah." 'Cause I'm sorry. I didn't know, baby, I didn't know. So, like, it's just funny because this person, like, man, I ain't know. Like, when y'all got into it, even when it was your turn, it was your, you accused them of the shirt being like a side girl shirt or whatever. You didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So this is the lesson right here. Be slow to react, because you really don't know until somebody like proves something. You know what I'm saying? So you reacted crazy. Now this person got ammunition. Like, let me get my one chance to act crazy, because you had acted crazy this one time, even though they could have been a bigger person and not used your mistake or you failing the test as ammunition for them to not pass the test too. But I'm just saying, like, both of y'all didn't know, and it's instant anger, especially if you feel like this your person and they belong to you or whatever, and then you see some other man stuff or some other woman stuff, you might flip out. You might be in that person's face. You know what I'm saying? So, but the person feel bad. They're like, man, I'm sorry, man. I ain't even know, yo. I ain't know. Oh, that's your sister stuff? Oh, I ain't know. Oh, that's your brother stuff, and it's your blood brother, or that's your grandpa stuff, and he old? Oh, I ain't know, man. I ain't know. My bad, man. It's just funny. Then he says, so he's saying like, yo, always arguing because you a critic. So like you criticize your person sometimes, like when they wrong or whatever, you let them know like, hey, you wrong about this or whatever. Like, you kind of like might be not argumentative, but you or not confrontational necessarily, but if something wrong, you gonna say something. Like, you ain't the type of person that's just gonna shut up. So it's like this, your mate might look at you like, man, you always arguing, or you always gonna throw something up in my face, so why I can't do it this time? So like, that's probably what happened. Like, you did this to this person, so now they're like, man, you always arguing, you always a critic, so now I'm finna come at you like how you be coming at me. And then but they're like, but this time, yeah, I said the wrong line. They're like, yeah, man, this time I messed up though. Like, I kind of went in further than you did. Like, this was a little bit way worse. Like, how I came at you was probably more masculine, more loud, more crazy. Like, more possessive. You know how men can be over their woman, but it's like they're like, man, I said the wrong line. Like, I messed up. I shouldn't have said that. Because when they said that part, like, oh, this your side, this your side man, this his socks or whatever, that really offended you. So they're like, man, I said the wrong line. I should have never said that. I wish I could rewind. And that's the thing with this lesson. You cannot retract words. You cannot take back stuff that you say. You can't rewind nothing once you say it. Then they talk about how you a fine dine. They want to fine dine. They want to fine dine. He want to fine dine. Wish I could take you out and fine dime. Want to make you my dime. So you already a dime, and they saying make you my dime, like they want you to be theirs, like they wife or something like that. Like take it to the next level. But like you already look good. You a dime piece. Okay. Now they feel so bad. They like, man, I gotta take you out. I'm telling you, this happened like on a holiday or Valentine's Day, or is coming up, or is about to happen recent soon, somebody's birthday or something like that. But this is like, they really just want to squash this whole thing. They wish that they never got into it with you. They wish that y'all never got in each other's face and ruined the whole day or that date or whatever that y'all's finna go celebrate. They like, man, I just want to fine dine, take you out. Like, I really want to express the fact that I am sorry. Like, I just want to make it up to you, because I'm sorry. I didn't know. Like, I really did not know. My bad, man. I didn't know. Then he gonna say, tell me where you going. Probably somewhere out there. HOEING. All right. So he's saying, like, where you going? You finna go out there? Because, like, when this happened, maybe you was like, all right, I'm leaving. I ain't putting up with this. You all up in my face. Them ain't my socks. I told you them ain't my socks. I ain't got no other man. Like, you like, man, I ain't got to prove this to you. Like, you ready to just walk out. But your person is like, man, you better prove this junk right now, right now. Like, don't even try to walk off. Don't leave no space in between, because then I'm going to think you done went and called somebody and told them to lie and say that them they socks, or that they your brother socks, when they really is really some other man's socks. So this person like, yeah, where you going? Like, you probably is trying to lead the scene. Like, man, are you falsely accusing me of some socks that ain't even mine? Like, I ain't got nothing to do with this. Like, you probably got scared of this person. If they got like real angry or whatever when this happened, you probably got scared a little bit, like, of their anger. You was like, yeah, I'm finna get out of here. Like, I ain't dealing with this. So they're like, yeah, where you going? Go be with that man who socks them is. Like, that's what he's saying right here. Like, that's where you finna go run off to, because you know you done got caught. And he talking about some I'm always quick to judge. So this person knew that they was judging you wrongly. Like, they know they judged you too quickly. Like, they didn't give enough time for you to prove yourself before they just went off on you like that or whatever. And then they say, I know it, but this time, I sure caught you slipping this time. So this person was like confused, like they really not confused, but they really thought they caught you slipping this time. They're like, oh, another man's socks? Oh yeah, I got you now. Yeah, you did this to me. Oh, I got you. You caught. Like, they really thought they caught you in something. They really was like, yeah, I got you now. Like, I caught you. They felt stupid, man. They felt stupid when this truth was revealed. Like, yeah, I caught you. I sure caught. It says, I sure caught you slipping this time. Wish I didn't have these thoughts on my mind, but I did. Sometime. Oh, what do I do? Oh, that's your brother, not your baby. I didn't know. So he's saying, like, he wished that he didn't have these thoughts on his mind. Like, he wished he didn't have to go there. Like, you know how I was saying earlier, like, you like, dang, why is the first go-to that I got a side man, that I'm cheating? Like, why is that the first go-to when we find these socks? Like this person failed the test immediately because they just went off, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, man, I wish I didn't have these thoughts on my mind. I wish if you did actually leave the scene and didn't prove something, this person like had the worst thoughts on their mind. Like, man, you done ran off and with the man's socks and went back over there to give him the socks. Like, you done went over there with the man who socks they really was. You know what I'm saying? That's what this person was probably thinking. Like, I wish I ain't had these thoughts on my mind. Like, I wish I didn't have to take it that far, like, instantly to you're cheating on me and these another man's socks. Like, I wish they thinking like, man, I wish I didn't have those type of thoughts. I wish I didn't take it that far. But my bad, man. I didn't know. Once again, I didn't know that was your brother. I didn't know. I didn't know them was his socks. So yeah, then the person just keep on saying, then Lil Yachty just keep on saying, because I didn't know, baby, I didn't know. I didn't know, baby, I didn't know. Man, that joke funny, man. They ain't know, yo, man. Forgive them. I keep seeing, like, recent, words where people talking about, forgive this person, like, they made a mistake. Like, you might want to break up, run off, go get a new person. go get that side piece that they talking about that they think that you got. You probably thinking about it. It's all that on your mind because you angry at this person. That's why it's saying be slow to anger. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they didn't know, man. They sorry. I didn't know, baby. I didn't know. I'm sorry. He's sorry, man. Forgive him. He ain't know. He thought it was your brothers, yo. Forgive him. He ain't know. But yeah, like, share, subscribe. If something like this happened, put, man, I've been through this or something like that. All right. I love y'all. Bye.